Actually, your trait that helps you keep going is a very powerful one. Is inquisitive. Like inquisitive is really what laid your life
Yeah.
foundation. Younger, just doing stuff. Like now, flying drones. It's like you almost led through. I don't know how to say it. It's just really like intrigued
Yeah.
about things.
Always.
It's not like you're doing it specifically to say, you know what, I'm about to learn how to fly drones in order to do videos. It's like, you know what, that'd be nice to fly some drones. That'd be dope. Just blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
Well,
So
and it's also like it can hurt too because I could just get really good at one thing, but I'm obsessed with learning about everything. Like I love learning, and I always preach to not do that because I'm like, if you come into the game and you're like, I want to be a concert photographer full time, that's all I want to do. All I'd ever dreamed about is shooting concert photos. Then I would say, become really good at that. Don't try to learn how to do concert video if you're not really interested in that, or learning how to book shows if you don't have any interest in that. I just happen to be interested in all these trades. By default, it's built this pool of networks where I can lean into different people who are good at doing a lot of those things I might not be an expert in, but I know a ton of experts. And that's the beauty of Black and No Cream is it's like a space where I have access to all you. You know what I mean? Like all the people like you, all these creators that are doing the illest, and I can say, all right, I don't really know how to deal with this, but I'm gonna bring this person in to talk to you about it, and I can help them that way, you know? And that's kind of it's kind of really cool. But yeah, it's interesting. Like I always said I only want to do dope. Like to me, I was like, I just want to do whatever's fun. I don't. Someone's like, so what do you want to do? What's the long game? Do you want to make films? I'm like, maybe if they're fun. Like, I'm not like sitting here actively thinking I want to become Spielberg. I just like to do it. I like making short digital content. I like seeing how things perform in metrics and analytics, and like that became an obsession. I'm not great at it. There's people that just study analytics, but I like to know enough so I can have these conversations with different people, and jobs come out of that. You know what I mean?
it means you have a high level of effort in the things you do put your attention in.
Yeah,
You notice that?
yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, everything I do, I dive head first into it. And but I think what I was saying before is like with drones, right? I came into drones before drones were what they are now. Everyone knows about drones. Anyone can fly drones. You can be blind and fly a drone and you're good. But when I flew drones, it was not easy. It was hard. We had to build them. We were trying to learn how they worked. We couldn't put the right cameras on them. They'd crash, all this stuff. And I got really into it. And that helped me level up when I moved to LA by just having a drone on deck. I'd be like, oh, I can do this, whatever. But what I should have done was just became a drone guy. Like just do drone, only drone, because then I'd be doing all these big movies. I'd be investing in hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and I'd be making probably a ton of money doing that because I could just become a pro at one thing. And instead, I was like, that's fun. I want to do that, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. You know what I mean? So it's like you kind of spread yourself out. But I agree. It's like I have more pleasure in that. Some people don't care.
That's what works for you.
Yeah, it works for me.
Because if you would have focused on just being a drone guy, then you might not have Black with No Cream at this moment.
Nah, for sure not. I would have had the illest drone company, and you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't care.
I just think it's very intriguing how everything came together for you. Because everybody's life course is obviously different, but yours is almost following inquisitive journey. To say, you know, this is fun. Let me go ahead and try this. Let me try this. This is fun. Let me do this. Next thing you know, you are where you are, opposed to some people have rigid. You know what?
Right.
I'm about to be a doctor.
Yeah.
I know I'm deciding that when I'm 5 years old, and it's clear cut. And it goes to that thing of saying there's no definition of success because everybody's look differently, you know? So saying all that to go to this point, what was the hardest thing that you had to overcome getting to this point? Obviously having all this inquisitive way of going about things. What is very challenging for you?
I think the number one challenge that I ever faced was leaving my family and my friends back home. Because and part of the challenge was that I had a group of friends that were like my crew that we had always planned, we'll move to LA someday. We got to move to LA. I was always saying it, like, we can't just be doing this here in Iowa. Like, no one's in Iowa doing this. Like, we got to go to LA where everyone's doing this. And I kept waiting, you know, we all had plans. Oh, we're going to go, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And I waited for everybody. And it never really happened. No one ever really came out here for my crew. And eventually I was like, I gotta go. Like there was a moment that happened at South by Southwest where I went and I got found, technically, or whatever you want, like discovered by the son of TD. So the guy that owns Top Dog Entertainment, Top, his son found my content and wanted to put me on tour with Kendrick and Q at the time, random, whatever. And that was kind of like an eye-opening thing. Like, I can't wait for anybody else. I gotta go to LA now. Like, if I don't go now, I'm gonna miss my shot. I had a homie that had a place for me to stay, so I had a floor to crash on, but I had like saved up money in case that fell through, just to be able to be there. And realizing that, like, I'm like, I wish I would have came out here earlier. Like, I wish I could have gone when I wanted to, instead of waiting on everybody else and everyone else's dreams and aspirations. They don't care. No one, they're my best friends and stuff, but everyone's got to look out for themselves. Some people are in different situations than you. If you can do what you want to do it now. Like, go for it. But also, having not gone right away, it's I got to play devil's advocate, because it's like, I was back home learning. I was in school. I was trying to learn everything I could about video and photos and music. And so when I got out here, I was ready to run. So it goes both ways. It's like, I wish I would have came out here earlier instead of like 27 when I came out here. But like, when I wanted to leave, my mom's cancer came back. So she had breast cancer when I was a kid, and it came back right before I wanted to leave. So it's like, when I say leaving your family and friends, it's like, I love my girl there because I didn't want her to come sleep on the floor with me. You know what I mean? I didn't know what I was doing. I had to leave my family, who my mom just became, just finished chemo. So it's like, we're hoping. And I'm just like leaving, you know what I mean? Like, the worst part is like, when you get put in those situations, you just want to be around those people. And that stuff is terrible to deal with. But my mom was like an advocate for me to go. She's like, come on, you got, like, mom would be so upset if you stayed back and just because you wanted to be around. Like, go do what you're going to do. And you need people in the corner like that. But having to deal with those things and like find a way to navigate around it and then get out here and just make it worth it. Like, I came out and was just, all right, what do I do? I'm looking around at other people doing whatever they're doing, and I'm like, how do I get involved? What can I do to be involved? And then a door cracked open, like barely cracked open, and I was just like, bah! And just ran. You know what I mean? I just ran as fast as I could, because like, why else would it be worth it to leave your family? Your mom's just finished chemo, and your girlfriend who you love is just sitting at home like, what the hell's he doing? What are you gonna do to make it worth it, And so that was, for me, that was it. I had to just haul. I had to run and work hard, and all of a sudden I'm like on set and I'm going 18 hours, 20 hours straight, 24 hours straight, 30 hours straight. I'll go the distance. And when I'm in it, that's not the part that bothers me. Like, it's not like, man, I wish I would have known it was gonna be long hours. I'm built for that. Like, literally put me on and tell me we're not ending until we end, and the end could be 3 days from now, and I'll just be like, I'll figure out how to do it. You know what I mean? Like, that's not the challenge. It's just being able to make sure you make the best out of it is the most crucial thing to me. You know what I mean?